meta. Obviously, Sen here with the Ness. Ness small, which makes him harder to combo, but also floaty, which is going to in round, which makes him easier. However, I think the big tool here for him is going to be those huge active aerials that can just, you can throw out preemptively, reactively. Nesses are known for constantly pushing buttons to take advantage of that double jump, but it's just hard for Bayo to get in because it's just a wall of hitboxes.
Absolutely, and trying to throw out these PK fires non-committal, but Deathspade's going to get close enough to find a heel slide. Doesn't get a ton off of it. In an edge guard situation, you don't want to be ledge trapped by Ness. We've seen it for so long across Smash 4 and this game also.
The pressure is intense, my friend. And the down tilt into the tick grab, one of the two characters in the game who has that true combo in that situation. And however, Deathspade able to reversal it, find a potential edge guard attempt, but committed too early to going low, allowing Sen to use that double jump ambiguously, and just the single attempt walking the dog and finding the pressure. This is just a full-on scrap reversal. Like, these two players are just going left, right, left, right. There's no single hit here.
Nope, and a big parry, a jab lock setup, and it's out of the park, Busch Stadium!
Man, I'm pretty sure Sen just put an audition out for the Cardinals with that one, because that was well beyond Ness's 13 years of age and that youth T-ball team he might be playing on. Right now, though, he's trying to just pick up where he left off and already 70-80% racked on, and the corner situation. This is a lot of damage. Deathspade just has not had an answer for this little kid's psychic powers yet.
No, not at all. And Sen playing a longer range game most of the time. Maybe trying to bait out these heel slides, but trying to put the pressure on Deathspade to approach and bring the fight to him.
And great DI all the way into the corner. I like the PK flash there on the air stall, right? You just force that timing away. You can't charge those bullets forever, and so you make them come out a little earlier, give yourself the option to avoid them and get back to stage. But getting caught in the, not the turnaround, but the initial dash the other direction. You can act out a dash. You run in this game, but not dash, and that's where Deathspade found the mark. However, didn't get the extra, wasn't able to continue the situation, get the extra credit, and now one stock remaining for him. He's got to find a way to make this back.
Absolutely, and Sen looks like he's been very comfortable against this character right now. Deathspade trying to find some of these longer combos, but hasn't been executing the punish game to make up for all these hits that Sen's been getting in across all these stocks.
And we just saw there, one of the weird things about PK Fire in this matchup, yeah, you can witch time it, but if you don't witch time the right hit, it's still an active hitbox.
Right? Exactly, and throwing out these PK fires, Deathspade throwing out all these hitboxes, trying to catch him slipping. Oh, I thought we might have seen a PK2 right there.
Yeah, that PK Thunder Tails got a catch, but not able to find his way into the PK Rocket. Ness, one of the longest reaching air dodges in the entire game, is going to allow him to find his way back to stage. There's that wall of hitboxes we were talking about earlier. He was trying to find a magnet extension, but not able to. And as he air stalled, Deathspade just caught him out and is continuing to rack on the percent.
Oh, and the parry. Oh, but the bullets afterwards catch him, but it's not enough. Walking the dog with the yo-yo.
Yep. Remember that those bullets don't put you in hit stun. They just do a little bit of extra damage. So even though he parried, he doesn't care because he's still able to find the punish. However, Deathspade at 118, no margin for error here. Ness, despite being a little boy, is still able to catch you up, catch you out, send you all the way around the world with that one.
Send you all the way around the world.
No, you got it. And it's not just because it went in circles. It's because the yo-yo trick is around
and his
the
name
world.
is Send.
Yeah, yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
But they got it too.
And so we're going into a game to Send looking pretty unshakable right there. Deathspade gonna have to make some big adjustments going into game 2 to try and find, these find earlier stocks and just try and knock Send off balance.
Man, you really calling me out. He's trying to. I said to send him around the world. You explain it, and then you try to say he's finding the punish. Are you kidding me? The punish. Anyways, Deathspade said enough of my main. It's secondary time. Someone call Sora stats because, well, they felt like they needed to be inactive. This is the counterpick North American Sora that has never won a set. So, still hasn't among North American players. Deathspade trying to change that, but, and down 1-0 against Sen, certainly possible, and that's a great start. The 599 best up air in the game. It does everything you could ever want. Lines up the up smash, bro. I don't even know what to say.
That was insane, but also, if you notice, Deathspade changed the tag. Do you think different control schemes for different characters?
Yes. He did this earlier in bracket 2 when I was casting yesterday with Kimona, and he did this, I believe, and he did this too, where he went Sora and then he went back to Bayo and swap tags again.
Absolutely. And a lot of damage going on the second stock. This is incredible. Tries to throw out the Thunder, but it's not quite going to work.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, both these players can bring the Thunder, so it's not quite one-sided, but they're also trying to bring that Lightning. However, in a flash, it's gonna be Sora sent to the Blast Zone. Sen still down, but certainly not out of it yet. Coming back from the depths, back to the lead. Both these characters can just find so much airtime.
Absolutely, and Sora known in other parts of the world for being a slower character, throwing out a lot of projectiles, but Ness having that PK Magnet, you don't want to be doing that. So you just have to leverage the Keyblade and jumping under the Thunder. What?
Yeah, he double jump canceled that too to find the way back down, and then just was able to line up that F smash. It comes out so quick. It might not be a sword, but the way he swings that blade is basically a home run in itself.
Absolutely, and the PK Thunder gonna set up the juggle, a big up air, not gonna kill just yet. And that's what I've been liking about Deathspade is countering the PK Thunder, but Sen adapted to that, hitting him with the tail to get the main hit.
Yeah, he only countered the tail, not the projectile. So even though it makes himself the owner if he hits the projectile, tail's not the projectile.
Nope, doesn't matter. And so really making a good adaptation to something that Deathspade had been using. A little bit of matchup tech that he had shown off, and Sen came back with that. Nah, I got an answer for that too.
I'm just gonna say, Deathspade Sora is real neat. We've seen him other times he's pulled out in this bracket, pulling out the Arkham ladders. He's got the combos on point, but this game he hasn't needed them. He's just finding the advantage state, and that time using the down smash, which lifts you up.
And it's invincible.
I was gonna say it pulls. I don't think it's not fully invincible, but
no, the bottom half is invincible.
Yeah, the bottom half because it's not because it's invincible. It's because it lifts you up. Your hitbox doesn't stay on the ground. Is the bottom half of his body, the top half of his body, his head's invulnerable there?
The bottom half of his body, not the Keyblade itself. There is invincibility frames on Sora.
That's insane, because I was like, I know he jumps up and he can jump over stuff, but I didn't realize it was, bro, wow. I'm just going to say it. And I know the folks at home are feeling this too, right?
Speaking of wow, that Sora was looking clean. The first stock came out with the heat and continued it the entire set, and now we're 1-1.
Bro, I thought Sora's is a Disney character, man. I thought he's supposed to be for the kids, not against them.
Nah, we're bringing the power of Mickey Mouse to put the toddler to rest right now.
You were supposed to bring balance to the franchises, not destroy it.
And so a big Nair finding some stage control. Already starting off the first stock better than game 1 on a big stage spike, but if anybody knows Sora, he's making that back.
Yes, sir. I love that air dodge, but missing the tech after not a way to start. And while Sora can recover from everywhere, there's so much time between the change of directions on that side special. You saw Sen just able to rack up the percent time and time again, force multiple interactions. And while Sora still makes it back in the end, the amount of damage he takes to do it puts him in a checkmate situation, especially on a triplat. There's nowhere left to go.
A lesser player would have went for the up air immediately, but you saw Sen sort of dash first, bait out the air dodge, and then capitalize on the stock after. And the first two stocks the first stock of game 2 and the first stock of game 3 could not have been more night and day.
However, there's the MVP once again, finding that forward air drag. Just the one hit, right, resetting into the, and the fact that this character there's forward air and neutral air, and F-Tilt also combo into F-Smash, combo into themselves, combo into each other. It's like why does this Sora character have combos this good? It's nuts. It's awesome to see, and especially it's awesome to see players in North America like Deathspade really just showing you what potential this character has.
Yeah, and now we're on same stock, but we saw what happened when Deathspade was off stage last time, but not letting it happen this time. The drag down into the grab and the back throw and the kill!
The yeet as he threw it on out there. That back throw strongest in the game for those of you newer to the scene, in case we have some folks watching over from Friday still, and no corner's going to save you there. That being said, Deathspade far from out of this yet. He might be down a stock, but he has the Ness at that kill percent. Forward throw, though, just going to take the positioning. Up special is going to do it, even with good DI, but Sen still almost lived that one.
Yeah, Sen almost lived that one, but not going to quite make it. And we're last stock on game 3. And this has been a phenomenal counter pick so far.
And you had mentioned earlier, too, that Soras are known for throwing a lot of projectiles, but we're seeing a more aggressive one in this matchup. A big part of that is that magnet, right? It's going to absorb those energy projectiles and can undo a lot of the work that Deathspade has done to Sen so far as he goes from behind to the lead. And now it's Sen on the back foot trying to get off the ledge, but calling out the drop of the magnet, so no absorption there. And his reactionary punish game has been gorgeous.
He's really not letting Sen get a whole lot of mileage. Sen's getting a hit or two, but it's not leading to much, and Deathspade has just been laying on the pressure thick.
Deathspade is one of the best players in the world, I feel like, at these awkward matchups, these characters that want to scrap with you and zone you out. She is so good at punishing the preemptive options you might pick, not to zone your opponent, but to lane them into specific approaches, at taking advantage of that. And speaking of advantage, the bonk going to give you that 3-frame window to survive, but bonking the second time, you don't get a third one. It's going to be all she wrote. Deathspade. And hey, this is some Disney magic happening right now.
And this crowd is getting loud in here. The deeper we go into bracket, the more people are watching. And Deathspade lives not far from St. Louis, and you can tell that the city's taking some pride in Deathspade right now.
Do you see it? Do you see the people who were getting loud as before in the crowd, standing up, hold it high, hold it proud? There's a Keyblade out there. We've got a Keyblade bearer here as well. I thought there was only supposed to be one, but I mean, I guess the game somewhere in the lore changed that, I think. I haven't played them. I'm not gonna lie.
That is insane. The STL Sora mains are out here and bringing props. I think that's a stat buff.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think if you literally have your character's physical equipment in the venue with you, you're not allowed to lose, and Deathspade's certainly trying to prove that prophecy true.
And all Sen needs to bring his props is a backpack, which I'm sure he has, and he's getting plenty of stat boosts right now. A phenomenal first stock so far, but Deathspade's going to try and neutralize this as fast as possible.
Try and neutralize it, sure, but not in neutral. Unfortunately, it's going to be the stock that gets neutralized. Sen wanting to force that game 5. He knows he has the blueprint, but found it against the Bayonetta. Got very close last game, but Deathspade just able to lock it down and pull it away. Really, it's a disjoint, right? Sora is one of the very few characters that can contest the same space that Ness wants to occupy, but also has a disjoint to outrange you.
Yeah, these disjoints are giving a lot of trouble right now, but a big drag down up air and just trying to lengthen this stock lead. This stock has been slipping away from Deathspade right now. Needs to start finding some of the momentum that he's been finding these last 2 games.
Wow, the magnet into the forward air. Deathspade has been so good at avoiding the magnets, but Sen recognizing, hey, you don't have the resources to do that when you're off stage, but maybe that's what I can use to finally pin you down out there. It worked out, found the stock. I love the reversal. That bout was gorgeous.
Oh, that was clean, but not gonna quite kill Send yet. Off-stage game, good air dodge!
Yeah, and the startup of that air dodge is what saved him. It wasn't even the iframes because Ness shifts so far back in his startup before yeeting himself forward. He threw himself out of range, and then the invuln frames carried him through.
All right, finally finding the first stock, but gonna have to find 2 more, and he's already on 36% on his last stock. We're gonna need something. Beautiful shield and neutral air out of shield to catch Deathspade.
And this reminds me a lot like how Sen played game 1, right? He's finding these grabs, he's finding this pressure, these corner carries, and then finding simple ways to edge guard you. He shifted away against Sora because he started playing the matchup more, but he just went back to how he beat Deathspade game 1 regardless of the matchup, and it's working really well so far.
Absolutely. And a good edge guard situation. Big PK Thunder.
No double jump, but the up air is going to find its way through. Great awareness once again from Deathspade. He's finding ways to survive. Sen there got caught, just magic a little preemptively though, and isn't able to convert on that high special fall. Faraga into the grab, the reset.
Oh!
Wow!
Not gonna. Oh, phenomenal.
Are you kidding me? And the absorption on not 1, 2 Thunders. He just healed like 40%.
Yeah, that was insane. Looking like he's brought some tech for the matchup!
He literally lost over half his percent there off 2 magnets. That is insane. That's why we haven't seen those projectiles too much before. Deathspade trying to find a way to slow it down, but not going to be enough because I don't know how that kid's so small, but accelerates you so fast with that throw. It's the power of the mind. I don't know, but he cranks those psychic powers into 6th gear with the speed he sends you at.
Absolutely, and we saw at the end of the game before that Deathspade started throwing out more of these projectiles and was getting just a little too comfortable. And so that's definitely something that's going to be on Deathspade's mind going into Game 5 of, Sen's catching on. The PK magnet's coming out. I got to be more careful. Got to keep playing this boxing game and just utilize the Keyblade.
I was going to say, I don't know about you, but 2 sets in here of top 32. 2 Game 5s that have been back and forth, the adaptations, the character swaps, whatever it's been, right? I think we're going to see another pop-off regardless of who wins this game. These players are pushing themselves and each other to the limit. And it shows you just how stacked this bracket really is.
Yeah, and this is the 3rd Game 5 for us, and it is absolutely wild. Gonna go back to the old Smash Ultimate Classic PS2, everyone's home field right here. And Deathspade's going to start off with a little bit of a conversion. He's nooping!
Yeah, he's swinging left, right, and center, up, down. It doesn't matter the direction, but unfortunately not able to find a finisher. So Sen able to recover relatively for free, finds a drag down, going to the jab mix-up this time to continue this situation. That early side special, that first direction does come out pretty quickly, and that's what is able to finally allow Deathspade to reset the stage control as well as the neutral.
Absolutely, and virtually even percents right here. Gonna throw a fireball, just content to parry it instead of trying to get the PK magnet out in time. And we're spacing moves on each other right now, looking like NASA with all this space.
Man, I wore the NASA hat on Friday.
I know! Big PK Thunder, gonna try and get something off of it. Can't quite, just resets the ledge trap situation. PK Fire sort of off the mark, but those Sketchers aren't.
I love that, dude. Sorry, man, but that back air just out of disadvantage. The reaction, the pressure was immense.
And a huge dash deck. Ness's dash deck pretty strong, multi-hit move. Gonna find the first stock. Let's see if Deathspade can dig deep and find a Game 5 win over Sen today.
I think he can. He's so far from out of this Sora, especially that up air. We haven't seen him find too many kills, right, since that Game 2 of the set, but the pressure is on. He's able to find his mark. He's able to find his mark, or without taking too much extra credit, he's going to do so. But for the first time all day, we've seen Sen finally avoid the forward smash. Could this be spelling the end of Deathspade?
It might. For his winner's bracket, but in this set, it might be. But only 40% on second stock. This is an edge guard situation. This is where Deathspade needs to be. We need to capitalize off this. A little edge trap, not quite. And a big up, he's gonna send it off. Only 40%, this is far from over.
It's amazing to me how every time Sen loses stock, not only does he doesn't just take advantage of those iframes, he pushes you all the way to the corner. But that time went a little too far, and if you give Deathspade an inch, he will take that mile, putting you all the way into disadvantage, getting that ledge trap game going. But there's that wall, that projectile, or that wall of 4 hitboxes that forward air provides. I'd worked the first time, but not the second. These players are going back and forth, and every time they pick the same option twice, it's just not working. The adaptations are just happening that fast.
They are, and that's just what happens at the top level. You have to be one step ahead. That was a big up air. Okay. Deathspade finding the smallest of leads for the first time in this Game 5.
And you had to say something because he found it, and all of a sudden Sen just swatted it right away. I like sending that up because it forces you to try and land either on the platforms or between them. You don't have the drift to get all the way over to the other side, and Ness can cover any amount of that he wants, locking down the eventual corner situation. It's going to be Sen finding Deathspade on his last stock. He's got one more to go. However, in the corner, this stock could not be long for this world.
No, not at all. I'm going to have to start finding some stuff. Spacing back here center stage, trying to see what hits. He's nooping, neutral air loops, sends him off the top after the second one. We got a ledge trap situation, beats out the PK Thunder. Ooh, but that fair's gonna clip him and let Sen get back to center stage.
And that time Sen finally realizing, hey, these aerials from Sora are really good. They don't come out that fast though, and my buttons are a little bit quicker, so if I just jump at the same time as him, right, I can beat it on out. However, that spin you right round, throw you off the stage, try and get the edge guard, not gonna find his mark, but Thundaga gonna close it out. One stock apiece, only 57 on Deathspade. We got a game on our hands.
Yeah, and Sen's been finding a lot of success with that forward air from ledge this set, but getting a little lazy on that one, and just catching a Thundaga to the face, and a juggle, hey! Oh, and he just heals a little bit of the percent, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Still at 50%. Oh, and a pivot grab, not what he wanted right
that's
there.
That's the first time I've seen Sora. I've seen Sora be nice to a child all day. He beat him up a little, but then he gave him some candy at the end. So that's gotta be worth something.
And that spot dodge is gonna catch. Needs to not get chokehold. And a landing down air, we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised that that was an up air throw rather than a back throw, just with how good Sen has been at guarding Deathspade and how.
Oh my gosh, he's snooping!
Bro, once again, the pressure here is immense, but the Thundaga gonna heal so much yet another time. Just the reset, trying to find a grab, doesn't get the landing, but back air gonna send you coast to coast. At this percent, it's all on the line. Both players at kill percent notch. It all comes down to this.
It all comes down to this. And Sen, oh my gosh, he has him in the ice, and an up B is gonna seal it, and a pop-off!
And he is, I'm just gonna say it, he could not believe himself. That door is on the floor.